Hey, this is Sagatness, and I forgot I didn't open the game. It's Hold Please. I forgot I didn't open the game yet. Teehee. But this is our game. Shoosh. What all I had. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure it has its own music and whatnot. In like 10-ish minutes, somebody remind me to go get my food out of the oven. I swear I was trying to make it before stream started, but what had happened was it didn't work out that way. I know the lighting probably still isn't the best per se, but I think it's probably at least a teeny weeny bit better. I forgot that I had some white string lights. They're twinkle lights, but I have them kind of hanging down from like my ceiling. So that's why there's like a teeny bit of light, but not like full on light. So I think it goes a little better with the theme of today's stream, MPWs. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I watched a little bit of this game, but I was kind of like about it, so I didn't really take in all that much information. Just the whole body. Excuse me? Why does it look like one of those windows was open? I'm also having smiley fries and a pizza for dinner. Because you're gonna have to hold on, alright? I don't even know how to move yet. Alright, mouse to move. WASD. What the hell is that? You're gonna have to wait. I need to check during the day. I mean, I guess it is nighttime, huh? Poor baby. Squish me. That's like a lot of doors right by the entrance, to be honest. And they can keep waiting. Okay, so I can't go in any of these doors? Kombucha. Oh, okay. Oh, there's limited saves? Yikes. That's a cat? Question? Yeah, that's a cat. Alright. Oogie. Radio. Apparently I can't use the radio. That's my bedroom. Hall. This is a hallway. How do you have another hall? Confucius? Let's see who's at the door. Do I know you? Are you actually my neighbor? I'd honestly just say fine if it were me. Oh. Imagine your neighbor knocking on your door at night, not even telling you this in the daytime when the sun is still up, or even near sunset. At night, they're telling you this. Yeah, like, I'm thinking of this how I would think of it. This is exactly how I'm gonna play. I'm remembering tidbits, okay? Like, the visitors are obviously not doppelgangers, but they're imposters in a way, right? They are posing as humans so that way they can get into areas that are, you know, barricaded up, locked up, that are just teeming with humans or just have people inside in general because they want to either just kill them or they want to eat them, I guess. I'm not exactly sure because I don't have all the background. You know, I like to go into these games blind. I know I took my glasses off and that wasn't supposed to be a double joke, but still. Out of these two things, what's happening with the sun is easy to avoid. All you gotta do is not go outside. And to a certain extent, it could work, like depending on the area you're in. If you're close to a shopping district or like shopping area that's open kind of late, you ain't gotta worry about getting supplies, right? Unless you live in a highly populated area and the particular neighborhood you're in is also fairly populated. I would presume that everyone would have the same idea. Can't go out in the daytime because apparently the sun is extremely dangerous, so don't go out in the daytime. Sunset to the beginning of nighttime should be safe, right? Go out, go to Walmart, whatever, get whatever you need, go home, make sure you got enough to last you for a couple days, if not a little bit longer, blah blah blah. Easy. Now the other thing, these creatures or people or entities or whatever coming up out of the fucking ground, that's a little more, that's gonna make me be like, the fuck you mean? Visitors? What? The hell are those supposed to be? Wow. I got distracted, sorry. What was I saying? Yeah. The whole visitor thing? How are we dealing with that? Because if they know where these things are coming from, do they know if these things are killable per se? Are they not? Do they look a lot like humans? Do they look just like humans? Do they have a distinct shape, odor, size, color? Like, what do they look like? So, you know, we can keep an eye out for them, right? I would be asking more about the visitors because that seems to be a bigger threat out of the two things. My mouse would work. People from the underground. So like, are they actually mole people? I'm confused. I would guess if they're calling them visitors, that, like I said, they're trying to get in to do something. Because if that were the case, they could just visit an area. They don't have to go into anything. They want to be, I guess, invited in or whatever. I don't know. Strange. I mean, I understand your concern. Being home by yourself with these weird underground people, completely understandable. If you're by yourself and depending on how old you are, you could be more at risk. Just like a regular person in a everyday situation. If you live by yourself, depending on your circumstances, you could be more susceptible to being robbed during a home invasion because you're by yourself. Versus you having more than one person with you, or if you just have another person with you in general, you'd stand a better chance, right? I see where he's coming from. But, since obviously I couldn't check any other rooms in my freaking house for whatever reason, I am yawning like crazy. I'm so sorry. Do we have any sort of protection? Cause I ain't see no bat or axe by the front door. Not even a plank of wood. The shades don't look like they're blackout shades. So maybe if you stand at a certain angle, you could probably kind of peek inside. Like me, my shit's closed. You're not seeing shit in my windows. I don't care if you press your face up against the glass. You ain't seeing nothing inside. And that's whether I got the paper or if I got the paper and the blinds. Like the freaking, the reflective paper that people have on like their bathroom windows and things like that. If I had a bedroom window that was on like a ground level where people that walk the street would be able to walk past my window, that shit's not being uncovered. Like for any reason, that shit's always gonna be closed. If I gotta clamp my freaking curtain shut, I'm clamping them hoes. I'm not opening that shit for nothing. I would crack it ever so slightly, but I would have a screen or something, or I'm putting it to the side, so that way all you're looking at is the side of my room. You're not seeing what the inside of my fucking room looks like, if it just so happens to be on a ground level. Because that's too much information for random people that's walking past where you live to be knowing. Literally anybody could walk past that particular window and see into your shit and be like, well, this is a bedroom, which means that there's most likely a hallway nearby and there's most likely valuables in this particular room because it's a bedroom. This is where people keep personal items. Okay, I'm done. Ouch, my knee. I'm yawning because I'm hungry. About to go check on my food in a little bit. There's no fourth option? I don't know how I feel about this person. They're not very... I don't want to say they're not cordial, but... They're very about this. Like, alright, they might be a loner. Okay? So they might not really like being bothered. They don't go out of their way to communicate with their neighbors or anything like that. That's totally fine. To be honest, I don't know any of my neighbors. My mom and pa do, because they've been in this particular neighborhood for ages. So, of course, they would know their neighbors. Me, myself, I don't really care about that sort of thing. But, if I just so happen to be put in a situation where one of my neighbors was coming over and showing concern because for whatever reason they actually know that I live alone, and if we don't talk on somewhat of a regular basis, that's definitely not something they should know. Chrissy, hi, hello, welcome to Scream. If I didn't tell them that I live alone, that would mean that they have been eyeballing my shit, not only watching me a little more closely than they actually need to, but they've also learned my schedule to know when I'm home and when I'm not home, which is fucking creepy. And they would also have they've learned my routine, so it's a little out there for me. I guess in like maybe a certain circumstance, if you're cool with that neighbor, that's fine, you know, keep an eye out. You watch my back, I watch yours. But the person we're playing as, whoever they are, they don't seem very friendly. So their neighbor knowing that they live alone. But it did seem like there was a phone call at the very beginning, and I'm guessing it's between who we're playing as and this guy. Because it did show a girl on a swing, and I think they were kind of just randomly chatting. So maybe they're not close per se. Oh my gosh, we mean. I cannot stop yawning. Maybe they're not like super close, but at least they're kind of like borderline cordial with each other. Because if they weren't cool, I would feel a little creepy just bringing up your wife and daughter out of nowhere. But that's just me. But out of these three responses, I can look after myself is, to me, it comes off as kind of slightly hostile / neutral. Okay, it's just like, okay. Like your neighbor is showing concern. They feel like something bad is gonna happen. They know you live alone, and they're like, hey, I just wanted to check up on you, make sure you're good. And they're just like, okay. Like, that seems kind of... Me, I would have been like, I appreciate you stopping by to come check on me. I haven't heard anything, but, you know, I'll keep an eye out. That could have been a way better response versus, I can look after myself. And or just flat out changing the subject completely by, oh, how's your wife and daughter holding up? Like, you know you don't care. Why would you ask this question? Why would you ask this question when you know you don't care? Make it make sense. I don't know. Let me see. I guess out of these three, I would kind of maybe go with this one. But from me, the way I would have worded it totally different. Also, hi Rime. Welcome to Scream. See? They're doubling down on how concerned they are. And I would have been like, don't worry. I have personal protection within the confines of my domicile. You ain't gotta worry about me, neighbor. I got it handled. I haven't heard anything about, you know, these visitors or the sun being weird as shit. I haven't heard anything about that. But just in general, person to person, I have protection for my home. I have protection for myself. We're all good over here. We Gucci as spooshy. You ain't got nothing to worry about. But if they're still kind of pushing it, then I'm gonna start feeling a little uncomfortable. Because at that point, you came over, showed your concern, just wanted to check up on me. I'm like, I'm good. I got what I need. You don't have to worry. And you're still kind of pushing the issue. Nah, you gotta chill. I mean, no. Because even if we're neighbors, If we're not close, you're not just randomly spending the night in my house. I don't know you that well. If we just talk every now and then, you're not staying in my house. I don't care how concerned you are. If me potentially being in danger as your neighbor is gonna keep you up at night, I can't help you with that. I can just tell you from my perspective as the person you're worried about that I'm finna be Gucci. Okay? If you're gonna go home to your wife and daughter and be like, I'm just so worried, sick about our neighbor. I don't know what to do. I'm just so worried. Brother, you got bigger fish to fry. You got a whole child and a whole lady at home. Take your ass home. Take care of them. I definitely appreciate you trying to be a good neighbor, but this ain't State Farm. This ain't State Farm. If something happened to me, that's on me. But take your ass home. You got a wife and child you need to be protecting, not your neighbor. Take your ass home. Please. No. Even if someone you trust is staying with your wife and child, I was about to say I'd rather take that stranger, your good friend, to stay with me than you, but I would know that person even less so than I know my neighbor, because that person will be a complete 100% stranger to me versus my neighbor who I at least somewhat am acquainted with. Like, can we just get them to chill, or is that just like a thing? Does that have to happen? Because I don't want nobody up in my house if I'm not cool with that. Because it's my house. Oh boy. I just didn't say anything. So I didn't get to choose whether or not I would let them stay. The game's just like, yeah, they're staying. Okay. Thanks, I guess, neighbor. Oh boy. Well. All you got is a coat rack and a chair. There should be at least a bat here. And not when you first open the door, because this door looks like it opens inward. Which is weird. No, that's not weird. That's normal. Yeah, no. I would have a bat, like, right in this corner. Just leaned up against the wall, real snug like. Somebody try to get through my fucking door, you're getting mollywopped. First you get the bat. If I can get a good chest shot off, then I'm going for the knees. If I need to, I'm going for the neck. I'm going for the cranium. And I'm gonna tuck that shit under my arm. I'm going to my bedroom. I'm getting my firearm. And then depending on what's going on after that, you may or may not get some hot shells. I'm not talking Velveeta. It's like, no. Let me stop. I will be right back. It's been about 10-ish, 15-ish minutes. I gotta go get my Denver out the oven. I'll be right back. Shall return shortly. hath returned. I got my dinner. Let me just make sure my stuff is Gucci. Alright. Also, I definitely didn't ask how anybody was doing. I hope y'all are doing good though. It's Thursday, which means it's almost Friday. Now, if I somewhat recall correctly, I don't believe there are any jump scares in this or anything. I feel like it's more like suspense, I guess, which is fine. I'm totally fine with suspense, but don't mind me, I'll be eating while I play. Which one was my bedroom again? That's the kitchen. Now, apparently there's someone in my house right now, but I can't go to where they're supposedly at. Confucius. Because regardless of whether or not I had somebody staying at my house, I'm checking all nooks and crannies before I go to sleep. Now, I don't do this religiously every night, but at the absolute very least, I make sure my windows and my doors are locked. Double lock it even, because who not running up in here? No. Also, because fuck that. But these are good though. Familiar? Here you go. I didn't dip it in ketchup though, I'm sorry. What was the hole? Did I check this window? So his house is pretty much behind mine. Or to... Alright, so... if my front door... if I'm standing outside of my bedroom, my front door is to the right side of the house. Which means that my neighbor's house is down and to the left. And they look like they're spaced out pretty far. Like, it'd probably be maybe like a good... maybe 6-minute walk, I guess. Our houses are relatively close. Like, if I can see your house from my house, we're close enough. But okay, I guess. Oh. Alright. What do you mean, not anymore? That's ominous as fuck. What do you mean? So I've checked all of the other windows from my front door back to my bedroom, but I'm not gonna check the one in that leads into my bedroom? And the fuck type sense does that make? What? You are a very confusing person. Now, to a certain extent, I can understand. But I've never had a bedside table on the side of my bed. I do have one currently, but it's not on either side of my bed. It's like in the front or like near the top of my bed because it's on a separate wall. So like my bed is in a corner. The wall that my bed is on is here, right? Is in this L shape. There's another wall right here. And the bedside table is right here. So my bed is here. My pillow is here. The bedside table is here. It's not on this side. That's open. That's where I get out of bed. And then this right here, this is just wall. And at the foot of my bed, there's a mini dresser, and to the right of that is my TV. But y'all have seen it, y'all know. I'm not stalling, I swear. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. The hell is wrong with this dude's face? Alright. Breaking news. Oh. One second. Yeah, I skipped that way too fast, jeez. Accidentally. I'm pretty sure it was just getting into the announcement. Excuse me? You're gonna run that by me again? Oh, okay. I'm guessing he's talking about the sun. As a result, temperatures outside have reached critical levels. And just like I said, if the sun is oh so dangerous, keep your ass inside until the sun is gone. Easy fix. The government has declared a state of emergency. Alright. We ask that viewers refrain from going outside during the day. I hope I didn't miss anything too important. Excuse me, I'm commentating. Empty blades. I hope I didn't miss anything too important just then, but we'll see if I did or not. Does it? Do I know what move that is? Alright. I'm not a ballet expert. But it's either that particular pose they're striking. It's either that pose in particular that they're striking with the leg up, or it's a type of turn. It's called a pirouette, I think. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me, I don't know. Let me just go back to sleep. But it's daytime. Isn't it safe to look now? Yeah, it looks really different in the daytime. Well, alright. Can I listen to the radio now? Oh, bruh. Alright. Alright now. my goodness. Alright. Left click. Hold the right knob. Move my cursor left or right to adjust volume. Can't get a signal, try changing the wavelength. What in the goddamn is this? What is that bar? I wish I could use the arrow keys instead. Why did it start going faster? Wait. Can you describe what you're seeing? Is there a fire? No, it's the sun. They are burning. Do not leave the house until dark. Do not leave the house until dark. No, that guy haunts the streets at night. The pale one, he's not human. What the fuck? Excuse me? It low-key gave me like all of that, but that's the point. I kinda sorta worked. This is called No, I'm Not Human. Where did that nigga say it was gonna be again? My kitchen? Why? Don't be eating my food. Is there anything else I can click over here? Oh, there's a cross on the wall. But there's nobody in here. Alright. Beer day. Alright, so he's in the kitchen. Alright, bro, I get it. You're lonely. But you got a whole poster for it in your hallway? Wow. I didn't even check the windows. Oh, shit, that's right. I'm literally like, oh, what's outside? Forgot the sun is on freaking... It's on its freaking high beam shit right now. Whoops. About to die immediately. But I'm curious. Alright. Excuse me? Is there a wallpaper just dripping down? Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't have any phone numbers, actually. Can I interact with any of the drawers? No. Alright. I already checked the storage room. I don't know why I checked that again. Alright, let me go to the kitchen. Is that my beer or did you bring that? Because you definitely were holding that yesterday. Let's hope those aren't mine that you just have sitting out. Now, for me to have tested if this whole dangerous sun thing was true, here's what I would have did. I would have went over to one of my windows, right? And I would have stuck my hand in front of the glass and just held it there until I felt something. if my hand felt anything other than just normal warmth from my hand being close to a glass because the sun's beating on it, then I would know that something was actually wrong. Because, you know, like, if you have your hand in front of a window that, you know, is facing the sun, yeah, it's gonna give off a little bit of heat. But if it's, like, actually hurting you, you know it's not just the window's reflection doing that. It's something completely different. Because even on, like, hot days, like, even when it's in the 90s, unless you're laying on that fucking window, the sun beating in through that is not gonna burn you. It'll get you a little hot, it might get you a little squaggy even, but not burn you. You know what I mean? So, okay. Also, I need to remember to use the space bar to progress the dialogue and not use my mouse, because my mouse is very sensitive. So it double clicks sometimes. Can't double click with a button on my keyboard. Well, I'm stuck with you until you can leave tonight. What are you doing all day? What do you mean, remember to let other people in? No, the fuck I'm not. Now, I know it's maybe only been like 15-ish minutes of me playing this. I'm in full agreement with whoever the hell this is. Why would I let strangers into my house? Cities all over the globe, I am absolutely positive, have certain things in place for situations such as this. Maybe not the exact, like, word for word situation, like, oh my god, the sun is getting closer and it's burning everyone in the daytime, it's burning people alive, like, maybe not that situation in particular, but just if people were in need of shelter, there would be places for them to go. Not for not Tom, Dick, and Harry to be showing up at my front door talking about the world, it's going to shit. Can we please stay here for a couple of days? Unattended while I'm sleeping. There was no indication that I had a lock on my bedroom door. For whatever reason, I refused to look out of the window that resides in my bedroom, which seems to be on a ground floor, that I'm guessing just shows me flat out field, because the window that is directly outside of my bedroom, right before my bedroom door, mind you, shows me my neighbor's house. This neighbor's house, right? I'm guessing the window in my room just shows me the field. And I would absolutely, positively lose my ever-loving mind if I just so happened to be checking my fucking window, right? You know, I just do a little peek, and there's a nigga standing, full on just standing in my window. I'm breaking through that shit with my bat, and I'm not stopping until the nigga stops moving, because why the fuck are you standing outside of my window? Why are you standing outside of my window? I wouldn't care if it's the daytime. This is the back of my house. This is the absolute back end of my house. And you're standing, staring into a curtained window. A window with the blinds closed, with the curtains closed. You can't see nothing. You just know for a fact that it's a window. And you stand in there. Like you waiting for me to open it so that I can see you. If I make eye contact with a nigga standing outside my fucking window, I don't care if it's daytime, especially if it's nighttime, you getting your shit beat in. Because why are you at my window? Why are you behind my house? Why are you on my property? What the fuck? You must want to get your shit beat in. Because why are you doing that? Why are you being weird? No. If I have the option to be violent, I'm gonna be violent. Because I'm thinking of this in a real life situation. I would absolutely only let people into my house that I actually know. If we can't tell these visitors from Tom, Dick, and Harry, why the fuck would I let them in my house? I don't know how strong these things are. I don't know how smart these things are. Why would I potentially put myself at risk? Make it make sense. It's not about, oh, you gotta help your fellow human. Fuck all that. Survival of the fittest, baby. If I survive at the end of all of it, I did a good job. Because aside from this one neighbor, who the fuck else would maybe be looking out for me? You know, make it make sense. Ampuits. We me. Enough ranting. Huh. Well, hi, Otis. Welcome to the screen. How's the night show? Going back to these two options here. Why am I letting strangers into my house? No. No. Nah. Nelly! Hello, welcome to the screen. Yeah, neighbor, listen. You know what? I don't even know what this dude's name is. I know my default name for dudes in games that I play is like Christopher. But this dude looks like a Ron. He looks like a Ron to me. Ron, listen. Think of it from your own perspective. You have a wife and child, right? Now, in this exact situation, are you letting strangers into your house? Where you have a young daughter and a wife that you would need to look after, provide, and protect, right? Would you be letting strangers into your house? Now, Ron, don't get me wrong. I understand that you're a good, full-hearted man, right? You would most likely give the shirt off your back, it seems like. You seem like you would really want to help somebody if they just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. You want to help them out, that sort of thing. And that's real sweet of you. That's hella sweet. Sweet as fuck. But listen. I'm not you, Ron. I seem to be a single individual with this house. It doesn't seem like I have a partner of any kind. Seems like I have some sort of trauma and or reason to not want to be close to people, which fair. But listen, it's my house at the end of the day, and I decide who comes the fuck up in here and who don't, unless the game decides that it wants to force me to let people in, so that way, you know, it can progress the story. But there's only going to be allotments under certain circumstances. I don't know. Everything seems to kind of have like a green tint to it. It might be like a special filter that the game has. I'm not sure. I don't think I can change it either. Ooh, green me. But it's fine. Yeah, that's a little suspicious too, because how you go from the Twitch chat to the YouTube chat? Otis, what are you doing? Pick a platform. Quit platform hopping. What you doing? Also, ain't no desserts. You missed roll call for dinner, so you too late. If for whatever reason the government or city council or whatever is telling people that something dangerous is going on, but they aren't allowing people that can take proper shelter to take proper shelter, something is fucking wrong. Because if I myself have access to a bunker, ain't nobody keeping me out that shit. Because I most likely have it dressed to the nines with everything I, as an individual, would need. So I ain't got no reason to stay in my house if I don't need to. Bringing my necessities, my generator, my this, my that, my waters. I'm not leaving. I'm not moving. I get around half on my supplies. I'm gonna keep an eye on the time, head out, refill, make sure I'm topped off. And I'm Gucci. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying the fuck put until this shit blows the fuck over, if it ever does. But I'm not putting myself in a vulnerable position when I can be safe. What the hell? Are you crazy? Well, yeah. That'll be a normal reaction. And the only reason that if for whatever strange reason you decide you want to let someone into your house and they somehow find out that you're not home alone and it's just you and whoever the fuck that person is, kill them. Literally kill them. Like, kill them. Because why do you need to know if I'm alone or not? You gave yourself away. You gave yourself away. There's absolutely no reason as to why you're coming to someone's door and asking who may or may not be the homeowner if they are alone. You asked anybody that question, the only type of response you should get should be violence. Because that immediately is going to raise a red flag. It is immediately going to put the person on edge because they're wondering why the fuck you want to know that. You don't need to know why I'm alone. Listen. Excuse me. I really need a place to stay. Do you have a spare bedroom that I could stay in for the night? Absolutely not. Your house looks rather large. Are you sure you don't have just one spare room I could stay in for the night? I'm so sorry. Can't help you. Well, are you alone? Is that why you don't want me to come in? No, actually my husband is sleeping. He just got back from his night shift. So I'd rather not wake him up by having some random person in our house. So, I can't help you. I'm so sorry. Conversation ends there. If I'm still hearing knocks after that, get the fuck off my porch. If I open this door, you are getting hurt. Your body will become harmed. Because at that point, you ain't take the hint. You ain't take the easy way out, and now you trying to do something stupid. Do something stupid, you're gonna piss me off, and it's just not gonna end good for you. That's it. Bear, shut up. I mean, out of these two responses, it seems like they don't really like dealing with people too much. But we kind of get that already. Maybe we can get more context if we ask more questions, even though it's kind of the same question we've been asking. But it could be that we haven't gotten an answer because even he doesn't fucking know. But I'm gonna ask anyway. Oh wow, information that they can give me from the opposite side of my fucking door. I'm gonna let in these random strangers I don't know and expect them to not try and shank me in my fucking sleep or steal my shit. No. No. No! Why would I want random people in my fucking house? That does not make sense. It seems like it. Like they refuse to look out their bedroom window, even though it's curtained, like it's closed by curtains. And they seem to have like certain feelings about their bedside table. My first thought about the bedside table was at some point they might have rolled out of bed and they smacked their face on it and that's why they don't like it. And or maybe they got into a fight with someone that they used to be in a relationship with and maybe that was used as a weapon against them, but they haven't gotten rid of said item. I don't know. We're at the absolute beginning of this, so I have like no information at all. And I keep going off on tangents, so I'm not getting anything done. Oh, Ron. Oh, boy. Listen. If given the opportunity before you step foot in my fucking house, I'm testing you when I am where blah, 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 blah. You're not stepping foot inside my house unless I test you first. Because why would I let you in my house first before I know that you're safe? I'm gonna let you in my house first. You could potentially already be a threat. But I'm gonna still let you in my house. Because what exactly am I checking that they would need to physically be present in front of me to look at? Or check for? If I remember correctly, you have to like check like their teeth and like their eyes and stuff. I'm trying. I'm a little sleepy, okay? Like I think from the couple of videos I saw, you check their teeth and like their eyes. If there's any other additional things that you check after that I haven't seen, because I haven't watched all that many videos of people play this. But that's all I can recall off the top of my head. But yeah, I can check both those things from them being on the opposite side of my fucking door. They don't need to be in my fucking house. Put your eye up to the door. Jeez. Go like that. Flip your lip up. Flip your lip down. Let me see them gums. Stick the tongue out too. Let me see what it's looking like. It looks like it's okay. But listen, here's what we gonna do. I got a lock and key. For my safety and for your safety, if I just so happen, real life situation, I'm doing this, right? Every single door in my house is able to be locked from the outside. You cannot unlock that shit from the inside, right? I decide I want to let a random person in, you know, just let them stay for a night or two. I'm gonna give you something you can eat. This like chafe that is shelf stable. You don't need to heat it up. It's fine to eat cold. I'll give you a couple bottles of water. You're also going in a room with no window. I would put you in the bathroom in case you need to use the bathroom, because you're not getting free range in my house while I'm fucking sleeping. You're not getting free range of my shit while I'm sleeping. You know, if you need to use the bathroom at some point, I'm gonna need you to hold it until the morning. But you're going in a room with some sort of light source no window, and I'm locking your ass in until morning. If I so much as hear some bullshit bump in the night, knowing that you're fucking here in a locked place inside my house, I'm popping caps through that door. Do not fuck with me. Because at that point, I'm wondering, what in our agreement did you not understand? You are in this particular space for not only my safety, but also for your safety. Well, why would you have to be safe? You're the one with the key. You're a stranger. I don't fucking know you. If the situation were flipped, would you let a random person stay in your house? Let them be able to walk around your property while you're resting in just one area of your house? Or would you, just as a precautionary measure, you keep them in one area, completely sealed off. There's only one way in and only one way out. I got a decent sized hallway closet. I'll give you this light. There's a plug in the wall. Plug the light in. You got some technology here. I'll give you the Wi-Fi password. Keep yourself entertained. If you gotta use the bathroom, use it now. But I got my eye on you. Use the bathroom, relieve yourself, freshen up a little bit. Cool, you good? Alright. I'm gonna need you to stay in here till morning. I'm gonna check you again. If I see anything that's out of place, you getting the fuck up out of here. And at no instance would there be more than one person in this place. Because I don't want the thought of there being multiple people locked up in my house. Because at that point, it's gonna seem like I'm holding people hostage. And sure, technically me only doing that with one person doesn't make it any less hostage situation like. But I'd rather it be one person than like 3 or 4. And even if they, agree and they're cool with it, say that the person that I locked in this room is a visitor. I don't think that door would stop them. And depending on how smart these visitors are, they might be able to, string words together well enough to where they come off as normal. I might not sense anything as off. But as soon as they get the opportunity to do some fuck shit, they most likely gonna do it. And that would be when they realize that the person that let them in has fallen asleep, or that they're just quiet in general. Me? I'm gonna get quiet and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna have my bat ready. I'm gonna have my machete ready. I'm gonna have my gat ready. And, Woof, hi. Welcome to the scream. I'm just ranting. Since it seems like the person we're playing as is not too fond of their bedroom window, at what point are you planning on boarding it over? Because it's been a day and some change now, and the window's only form of protection is the glass itself and the curtains. But you're so terrified of it that you won't go near it, you won't touch it, you won't look outside of it. Mostly because it's probably field, and there may or may not be somebody standing outside of it. Board the shit up. You got a grandfather clock? Put that shit right the fuck in front of the window. You got a large dresser? Push that shit in front of the window. Leave the curtains there. Absolutely leave the curtains on the window. But get that dresser, grandfather clock, as close as you can to the front of that window, and push that shit as close to that window as you can get it. If you gotta lean it, lean it. As flush, as flat as you can get it against that window. Anything that attempts to get through that window is gonna have to get through the large object that is in front of it first, before they can get to you. And if it's, say, a large dresser and or a grandfather clock, if something just so happens to, I don't know, shift it ever so slightly, it's gonna make noise. Why? Because it's a heavy, tall object. Wood on wood makes noise. A little squeak, a little like the freaking wood on wood, like wood sliding against wood. You hear it all the time. The dining room chairs sliding on the wood floor, unmistakable. And you know for a goddamn fact, you hear that in your sleep, you're fucking awake. You're not, oh, what was that? Oh, huh? Nah. Straight up 100% awake. Awake immediately. You're not fucking asleep anymore. Adrenaline 100% all the way up. You're completely the fuck awake. Even if it only skid a tiny bit. Only if it was only a little bit. I hear so much as a board quiver. I'm up. Because I'm pretty sure everybody is the same when it comes to the space that they sleep in. You know what your room sounds like at night. And you know what sounds your room does not make. When something doesn't sound normal, it throws you off. If you move something, and you know what that particular item sounds like when it's moved, you would know. So, say you got wood floors in your room, and you put this large object in front of your window, and it gets moved in the dead of night, and you know that it was previously in the hallway, but now it's in front of your window that is to the left of your bed. You got a good maybe 5 seconds to grab whatever your bedroom object is and get into some sort of stance facing the new object to see what may or may not be trying to get through it, and be ready to just stand over for it, because I'm not going down easily. Folk that. Also, I have to fix this. It's strenuous, draining work, he says. Man, listen. If it were really seriously up to me, I want everybody to know that I am armed and dangerous. Because I'm not just letting anybody in my house. Let me see if I can... I need to fix it. Maybe not? Question mark. No, I don't want it over there. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know why it went all the way over here. I want it over here still, but... sigh. 1 second, guys. Hold on. Might have to switch it, maybe. I don't know. I can't make it any smaller. No, I can. I just gotta keep making it small for whatever reason. Alright. There we go. I fixed it. And be sure to look out your windows. TV is great and all, but there's no better source of info than your own two eyes. I've been doing that. You ain't even gotta tell me to do that. Situational awareness is a thing. For country people, even more so than city people. Because just like this person, they live in what looks like smack dab in the middle of a field. They didn't say if it's a cornfield or some sort of plant field. It's just a field in general. I would be petrified. Not that living in the middle of nowhere would scare me, but knowing that there's miles and miles of fucking nothing. And if there were to be an emergency situation, it'll take you forever to get anywhere. That's the scary part. I don't know if that's actually a bot or not. That might also be a bot. But, no thank you. But also thank you if you're an actual person. But we're not. Nobody do anything with that. We're just gonna ignore that shit. There's no better source. I mean, he just told you what you need to do. I mean, surviving isn't really hard, per se, but alright. Thanks, Ron. Maybe. Maybe. Uh-huh. Should I write that down? I guess maybe. Whoop. Hold on. I do have like many papers here for note keeping and whatnot. Ron 7:35, 4:45. And they didn't give him a name, from what I can recall. So, as far as we're concerned, this man's name is Ron. Alright. Didn't I just wake up? What do you mean crack a beer and go to sleep? Oh, so he got the good stuff. Alright. What are those, Jägermeisters? Well, this is all we got? There's 3 avocados. Is that supposed to be ranch? What is that? A pack of meat. A jar of pickles, of course. Half a lemon. And some jam? But no bread. No bread. No cheese, no bread, no ham. That might be ham. Or it could be a pack of grapes. I don't know. You ain't got shit in here, bro. Where are your canned goods? Also, ew. Gross. Also, ugh. The fact that your fridge is this empty, but somehow there are bugs in it. You're gross. Fix your shit. Because, ew. There's absolutely no reason for this to have any sort of anything in it except for food if it's this fucking empty. You ain't got 10 items in this shit. Where other thing's crawling inside your refrigerator. What the hell? Jeez. I wasn't expecting a whole drinking animation. But alright. Okay. Okay. Gross as hell. Oof. Still daytime, right? Yeah. So it's daytime and I'm just gonna go to bed, I guess. It doesn't seem like we have anything extremely large to like put in front of our window. But listen, we could figure something out. These look like we could stack them 2 by 2 like this. Stack that on top of each other right on the floor. Put that directly on top. If there's anything that's got a good amount of weight to it, just keep stacking that shit and stacking it and stacking it and stacking it till we can get it high comfortably in front of that window. Since we're not gonna look out of it anyway, our only form of defense, something tries to get through that window, we got at least something to prolong whatever the hell's trying to get through our window. Well, you know. Yeah. Are we playing as a lady? Cause she said he. So I'm guessing maybe talking about ex-husband? Question mark. Not sure if this is true. But maybe we're playing as a widow. Maybe we're playing as widow. And she said 15 years. Or whoever it is said 15 years. Damn, that's a long time to be a widow. Fuck. Imagine. Goddamn. Alright. Now what's the storage room? Go to another room. Huh? Window to another room? Huh. But the room that's directly behind the bathroom would be the hall, right? Which I think had like a bookshelf or something in it. Yup, I think it had a bookshelf in it. Take that bookshelf while your neighbor, while Ron's here, ask him to put that shit in front of your window in your bedroom. Ask him. Like, Ron, do me a favor before you go. Could you move this, like, into my bedroom? Well, why? You know, I've just been feeling a little weird about my bedroom window lately, and I think I might just want to cover it over, honestly. If I change my mind, I'll change it at some point. But could you like just do me a favor and like move that for me? I'd really appreciate it. Boom. Good layer of protection. Let Ron take care of it. Now you ain't got to worry about looking out that fucking window, and you ain't got to worry about nothing getting in unless it's actually trying to get the fuck in, right? Just not thinking. Block that shit off. And if I want to go even further than that, think of all the entry points you have in your house. Your kitchen doesn't have a window, which is good. That's closer towards the middle of the house. Your bedroom is in the very back, which is strange as hell. But it's a 1-floor house. It doesn't seem like we have a basement. So, in the back of your house is your bedroom. Has a window. That's one entry point. Somebody can fucking jet up to that back window, freaking cougar dive into your fucking back window, and then jet straight through your house. Now, I'm mapping it out for y'all. You're standing directly outside of the bedroom. The bedroom door is on your back, like you're leaning on it. Directly to the left, there's a window. That's another entry point. Immediately outside of your bedroom, there is a window right there. You're facing this way. Right here is a wall with a window. Nah, that's weird for me. Keep that shit blocked the fuck off if you can, because if somebody jumps in that way, you don't have a means of escape. If you blocked off the window in your room, there's only one way in and one way out, your bedroom door. And if somebody broke into the window that's directly outside of your bedroom door, you stuck. And from what I could tell, the bedroom doesn't look very big. It doesn't seem like we have any sort of like closet or anything in there. So that's even worse. Say if somebody did, break in through that window outside of your bedroom, you don't have anywhere to hide. And obviously we're not gonna hide under the fucking bed, because obviously they're gonna check there. And yeah, they'd probably check the window too. But this is something smart you could maybe possibly do, if you have the means to. Have some sort of large object like a chest or something that can't be locked. This is the key here. That can't be locked. That you can comfortably sit inside of or lay inside of, that has emergency supplies. A couple bottles of water, some snacks or whatever, and a backup phone. If you got a burner or whatever that you don't have to worry about paying any kind of bill on, but it always has service, keep that shit in the box and make sure it's always on and make sure it's always charged, because you would never know if some freak is gonna break into your fucking house. And if your house is set up like this, you ain't got all that many options. If you have that particular spot, they probably wouldn't think too much about a chest in a closet. Maybe if the area itself looks a little too clean, a little too neat, like there isn't stuff on top of the chest, obviously they might feel the need to check inside of the chest just to see what's in there. But if there's like blankets and towels and things like that on top of the chest, they're gonna think, well, yeah, this is probably just has more towels or whatever in it. But if they don't check it and you can hear them inside your house, you got the burner in there with you. Ring the police. Tell them somebody's in your fucking house right the fuck now. Lie and say that they're armed. You heard them break through your window. You heard them pop a shot off or two. So you know for a fact that they have a firearm. You're fearing for your life. You're hiding in a safe area inside your house. The police need to get there ASAP Rocky. Now, in the same situation, if you have the means to, also make sure you have an additional firearm within the chest with you, along with the burner supplies and everything else. Because say that they decide that they see the top of the chest with the blankets and the towels and everything else on top, and they don't fall for it. Well, yeah, no, I'm gonna check this anyway. You never know. Somebody could be in here. And somebody does decide to check that chest. Keep it clocked up. Keep it pointed up right where the latch sits. As soon as somebody lifts that shit up, you can see about where their body is when it starts when it first starts opening. You can see a body. pop off a couple shots. If it's an actual human, they gonna drop. If it's something else, keep going till the clip is empty. Keep popping it till the clip is empty. And if all else fails, make sure that you got your shit on you. Like, whatever ammunition you got, load that shit up in your pockets and dip the fuck out. Get to safety. Hell, go to Ron's house. Go to Ron's house. You got ammunition falling out your pocket. Don't stop to pick it up. Just grip your pockets. Make sure your firearm is secure and keep it fucking moving. If something comes after you and it's chasing after you, because obviously it's not human, it didn't stay down after you popped like a whole clip through it, it jumps on top of you. Do your best to get it stunned again. Pop another couple in if you can. If you can run and reload, do that. I can't. I've never touched a gun in my life. But, you know, for those who are able to, do that. Survival of the fittest. You gotta think of every opportunity, whatever you can do to keep yourself safe, do it. I'm just saying, I'm giving y'all game. And obviously this would be like a nightmare scenario, because who would legitimately be going through this, you know? But I digress. I'm just roaming around and poking at stuff at this point, trying to see if I can get any more sort of information, and or to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, okay. So they sealed it up, so it would have led into the hall room, but they sealed the opposite side. It's just a wall. I'm waiting to turn around one of these times, and there's just gonna be something just like standing there. Fair enough. But yeah, all that paperwork you got in there, none. Is that actually a photo of yourself? Huh. Oh, freaking where's Waldo? Bro, listen. I understand. Like, you could use this in front of your window, even if it doesn't cover the whole thing. It covers enough, honestly. Oh, that's like a... I mean, I guess it would be a bookshelf. But to me, with my 90s kid brain, this looks like it would be an entertainment center. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, an entertainment center is just a souped up TV stand. Like, for some of the older, like, box TVs, the box TV would be in here. You could close it to protect the screen. You could have all your DVDs down here, your DVD player, or a little stereo, or a little speaker system if you happen to have one. You'd have even more movies and CDs down here. Have a boom box over here. Photos of the family. Good china. Freaking, if you were smart, if you had any sort of like home defense stuff, you could keep it up here. Make sure it's locked. For here, you could probably have like decorations stored away for like the seasons and things like that. And you know, like other little knickknacks. Or you could even have like blankets folded up in here for like when you have friends over. Like this could be where the kids hang out. Pop this open, you know, let them watch TV. Pull this open, there's some blankets. Grab the blankets, get nice and comfy, and you know, just chill. Like this would be like the family room in a way where people would go to like sit and watch TV. A little bit of lore there. Is it? I mean, I don't know. I'm not Christian. So I would absolutely have no clue on whether or not those are supposed to be hung in a corner of a room or if they're supposed to be hung on a wall in the middle of the room. I don't know. Oh, so then is this your family house? Question mark. I was starting to think that this might have been their grandma's house, but maybe not. Alright. Kambusha. Save the game. This save persists even after your current playthrough ends. Favorite drink makes me feel good. Personal hand reminds me of better times. What time is it? I know I've been yapping for like ages and I didn't really get through anything. Let me see. I'll do a little bit more, so I won't save yet. I think I'll do maybe one more day's worth of things. Try not to go off on another tangent. Yeah, like, that's just a dark corner. But I don't feel like there's not anything there. That's it then. Oh. And now somebody's at my door. Why would you even answer the door when it's nighttime? Actually. That's the real question. Listen, if my neighbor cared so much, I wouldn't be opening my own door. Ron would answer the door and be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, how are you? I'm not answering my door if Ron's here. Alright, but did Ron go home then? Huh? Teenagers? What the fuck y'all doing on my property? Alright. But definitely don't just be sitting beside somebody's freaking house. That's weird. Ew. Maybe. Also, you ain't gotta pull both the blinds open to look. All you gotta do is look from the side. and you know, just do one of these. Grab the curtain, just move it a tiny bit, and you know, get a quick lay, get a good look, and then close that shit up. Like this, there's still a crack. You need a clamp or something, a pin, safety pin, overlap it, a freaking pin that shit. Don't let nobody see what the fuck is going on in here. Even if it's just by your front door and there's only wall here, it don't matter. Any sort of like, the fuck is it called? Freaking, any sort of mapping they can get on your place is bad for you. You don't want anybody to have any sort of replay value on your fucking living space if you don't trust them. Hello. Can I help you? Why is this child out by herself? Where's your mom? Alright. Now listen. Real life situation. Even if Ron's house is very close to mine, with whatever weird freak nasty shit is going on, under no goddamn circumstances my child going outside at night by her fucking self. If you wanted to come get your dad, that's fine. Where's this good friend? Leave the wife at home for 5 minutes. Hey, little Susie, wanna go get your dad from the neighbor's house? Come on, I'll go with you. Why is she by herself? Girls are supposed to use the buddy system. She should not be by herself. Whoever was watching her and her mom yesterday, not worth a damn. I wouldn't have let her out of my sight. But that's just me. What I mean, we don't even know what Ron's name is because he hasn't said anything to me in regards to his name. But we do have information about him that only someone that actually knows him would have. So, if we're testing just based on information, if this is actually his daughter, we would need to know if this is actually her by checking if she knows what he knows or if she knows her dad. You say that, but do you actually? A child shouldn't know what beer is. But also, that information doesn't prove anything. Because whatever this could be, like if it's a visitor in disguise, depending on how Ron's house is set up, it could have easily have just peeked through the window and saw this man drinking a beer, read the can, and been like, yeah, I'm gonna file that away for later. I'm gonna need some actual telling information about this individual before I give you anything. I'm gonna need some concrete evidence that you are who you say you are. He always leaves you, but what about your mom? Also, since whoever this is only talking about themselves, yeah, technically we asked about their dad, but they're only really talking about themselves. Like, yeah, they mentioned that he drinks beer, but aside from that, they started talking about themselves. Nah. How did you get here in one piece? She said there was a lot of strange people out. And sure, none of them might be strange in the sense where they would attack a child. But still, for a child to see other people, like, out around the area and not be too scared to not just turn around and go home, she looks pretty young. She looks like maybe possibly middle school aged. If something makes a kid uncomfortable, I feel like they wouldn't be dumb enough to just say fuck it and keep going. I feel like they would probably just get while the getting's good. Especially the girls, because we got like we got an intuition for that sort of thing. If something feels off, we're out of there. We're not sticking around. We leaving. So for her to have mentioned that there are strange people around and she decided to come here anyway just to pick up her dad, I don't know. And if this isn't his daughter and she is a visitor, she would most likely say no. Because she's one of them. Or she'd play it off as, no, I'm really brave. I'm not afraid of any visitors. So I'm gonna ask the other question. Opposite day. I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. You're scared of the dark, but you came from your house all the way here? I remember being afraid of the dark for a pretty small amount of time when I was younger. You couldn't bribe me to go into a fucking dark room, let alone walk outside when it's dark. Hell no! If I'm not accompanied by at least one other person, I'm not fucking moving. And the fact that you're young and you say that? Nah. Also, is it just me or did I notice that her eyes are kind of off? Like one eye is staring like straight at me and the other one's a little off to the side. I didn't notice that before. I was kind of looking at her face, but I wasn't really looking at her face. It's probably just a me thing, I don't know. I'll get your dad for you, good luck. The fact that you said, or is there? That's a little ominous to me. I don't think his daughter would come here by herself, honestly. I don't think so. If anything, maybe the wife and daughter would come, because that's who's at home waiting for him to come back. Hell, all three of them, the friend, the wife, and his daughter, would all come to my house to come get him, because they don't want him to walk back by himself. Right? That would make sense. Right? Why would only the daughter come by herself? Why would her mom let her out of her sight? Oh, go ahead and go get daddy from the neighbor's house, sweetheart. But come straight back. Don't talk to any strangers. No mom worth her fucking salt would fucking do that shit. Either I'm going with you or you're not fucking going. Point blank, period. End of story. Hell, family friend, Uncle Jeff, or whoever the fuck it is, you go with her. Little Stacy, go with Uncle Jeff. Go get your dad from the neighbor's house. When you come back, I'll have some snacks and juice for you. But make sure you bring your dad back with you. She would not come here by herself. I don't trust it. Hmm. What? What type of weird game is that? Yeah, no. I think I might have avoided getting my jugular ripped out just now, actually. Because they're still trying to play the kid card with this. Like, oh, I'll show you this game that my dad showed me, where we roll a dice and we pile a bunch of stuff near the door. While you're inside somewhere or when you're outside somewhere. Because that could be taken in either context. If you're doing it from inside, what are you trying to keep out? And if you're doing it while you're outside, are you trying to starve the people inside so that way you can tear all the stuff down and then, you know, take them out while they're weak? Ron? Is that actually your daughter? Or did they get a glimpse of you when you were making your way over here? The fact that you just showed up just now and you're supposed to be in my house still because the person that we're playing as mentioned when I looked out the window that the lights at his house are on because they're still waiting for him to come home, which means that he had not left my house yet. So how is he outside? How is he outside if he didn't leave yet? I don't know. Whoa! What the fuck? Excuse the fuck out of me. I was literally just about to leave my door. Who the fuck are you and why are you so lanky? Listen. When people say that they have long torsos, this is what the fuck I picture. That man looks like he's stretched out like a fucking slinky, bro. He looks stretched the fuck out, unnaturally so. You're not coming in my house. No. You're so tall, I can't see your face. You're not coming in my house. No. You ate the people inside and you stole somebody's clothes. No. I can't help you. I'm so sorry. Personality, huh? I would think that they kicked you out because you have giraffe legs for arms, sir. And you got a torso the length of a speedboat. If that were my guess. No. You're making me uncomfortable. Yeah, life do be shitty, but I still can't help you. I feel like I should have saved. I feel like I should have saved. My good man. Am I a man? Oh no, what do you mean you're not a visitor, are you? Or, you sure you won't make any trouble? Now, why would they rat themselves out by saying whether or not they're a visitor? You think one of these niggas that may or may not be out to eat you is just gonna flat out admit if you ask them? Be fucking for real. Be absolutely fucking for real right now. Be serious. And then the other one is, you sure you won't make any trouble? You're not coming in my house. I would pick the second option But I feel like I would just directly invite them in afterwards. And I don't want this lanky motherfucker in my house. That man looks like as soon as he hits the threshold, he's gonna grow a bunch of arms and start spider crawling at me. Nah. Nah. I might just pick the other option anyway and hope that I can just keep getting information out of him before I actually let him in. But I don't know. If I need to start over, I will, but like... Because technically I haven't saved yet, so if I get any sort of like game over or anything like that, like if I let him in and he fucking yoinks my shit, I gotta start over fresh anyway. But fuck. In a real life situation, I'm not. The fact that the first person, well, technically the second person, to come to my door after my neighbor, after Ron, I'm not gonna count his daughter, I guess. This is the next person that comes to my house. You think I'm finna let this nigga into my house? This lanky, freaking stretch, slinky bodied ass nigga into my house? Hell the fuck no. Please don't let this nigga into the house. Do I look like one of those monsters? You don't want me to answer that question because I'm gonna roast the fuck out of you and then you're gonna try and get through my door anyway. Yeah, just what I thought. Why are you getting so angry though? Kinda sounds like you're not playing it cool if you aren't a visitor. Sounded pretty offended that I asked you that. And sure, it could be a totally human answer to be perceived as a monster, but like I said before, you got giraffe legs for arms and your torso is built like a skyscraper. So excuse me if I'm not, you know, super happy to let you come crash on my fucking couch. What the fuck? But also, don't fucking curse at me. I'll break your fucking kneecaps and I'll fold your ass like a lawn chair. The fuck? Don't be upset with me. I'm the one with a fucking house, not you. Why did you think it'd be any different here? What, because you thought I'd be dumb enough to feel bad for you and let you into my fucking house? But I don't know. We could ask, why do you think it would have been different? Or why did you get kicked out? Because I think he said that he thought it was because of his personality. I don't think that's why. So I'm gonna ask him, why do you think it would be different? I'm somebody that does not know you. I'm a stranger. What else would I think otherwise? Just stand outside and wait for the sun to take my skin. Listen, the fact that you're attempting to depend on other people to give you something that you yourself don't have? Come on. No, I think I prefer to avoid that. Well, yeah. As long as I'm alive, I'll look for someone to talk to. If that isn't here, maybe I'll get lucky somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah, your best bet would be to keep on pushing somewhere the fuck else. And if I have an ounce of luck left in this life, I might just be someone who's not a complete asshole. Okay. What? No. Yeah, sorry about that, but out of anybody I would potentially let into my house, your body's just built very suspiciously. I'm not sorry. Cowardly? Call me whatever the fuck you want. You built like a snake, bro. I'm not letting you in my house. And the fact that you're upset with me because I told you no, there's something wrong with you. Why can't you just take the no on the chin, turn your ass around and leave? What are you sitting here still yapping at me for? Get off my porch. Get the fuck off my porch. Like, what are you doing? Get out of here. Stop it. Fuck you too. The hell? Fuck off my porch. Ugh. Bruh! Can I leave my front door? Literally. I literally just looked down on my keyboard, literally pressed the Q key, and somebody else appeared on my fucking thing. Bruh. Oh my gosh, bro. What's going on with your shoulder, homeboy? That doesn't answer my question. That doesn't answer my question. I asked you how you got here, and you're talking about the freaking street melting. That ain't got shit to do with what I asked you. Chase you out of your house, you say? Really? They chased you out of your house, and they didn't kill you. And sure, at this point in time, we don't know whether or not these visitors are hostile, but we are under the assumption that they are. And me, as a free-thinking individual, my money would be on thinking that they aren't just gonna try and beat your shit in just so that they can have your house. They taking some, and it's not just gonna be the house. But sure, go on, I guess. What do you think will happen? What will you do now? Listen, I'm gonna keep it straight with you. What you think is gonna happen here? Cause I can't help you, sorry. Yeah, it would, but at the absolute least, I'm not letting nobody into my damn house. No. Can't help you. Sorry. Even if I didn't let this particular person in, since they're worried about how much time they have till sunrise, I would at least tell them what time it is. So that way they know, you know, how much nighttime they got left to find somewhere to go. Alright. No. Nah. Nah. Nope. Nah. I already turned away 2 people. Oh, you pinned it on the wall. Nice. Oh my gosh, bro. You know what? I'm gonna save first. And I'm guessing I only get 1 save per night or something. What? Among Us. What? Oh my goodness. Alright, what do you want? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So are we a guy then? Let's see if we can get some info. Respect the vision. Uh-huh. Really? Really now? You know what I just noticed? He looks like he, looks like he has an attached head. Like, you know, like how mannequins will have, like an opening kind of sort of, or like a line on their neck because you can, like, detach it? Look at his neck. Also, why are your arms built like that? That's throwing me off. I don't like that. Oh no. My whole thing is, why are all of these people so upset that I'm not letting them into my house? Go ask the neighbor. Go ask Ron. The hell? Man has a whole family house. I'm sure he has room. Wow. The fact that they're so freaking hostile about it is crazy to me. Hurry up before somebody else comes. Oh boy. Ugh. Teenagers are still there. I don't see anything weird. Brown's got some decent land over there. He's got a little side shed, another side shed, and then his house. Looks like some fencing. He's got some decent stuff over there. Isn't the kitchen here? Oh, alright then. I'm taking in every detail of this room every time I come in here. Alright, I want to be able to save again, but honestly, I'm probably not going to. What the hell? Alright then. Well, I know I didn't get super far or anything, but hopefully I got some decent coverage, I think. Oops. Of at least the beginning of the game. Even though I know I barely got anywhere. For now, this has been No, I'm Not Human. And, it definitely has a creep factor to it. And I'm definitely snailing it, like, badly. But I think that's just how I'm gonna play. If I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Saturday, depending on what is going on with the homies, will either be peak and or It might be another edition of No, I'm Not Human, and I'm not gonna promise that I'm not gonna yap majority of the time and barely make any story progress. But I will definitely try. um, Ababamba. Yeah. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the description of this video so that way you can join us in the Discord where you can participate in polls, chat with peeps, share memes, and have it all around good old time. Maybe I'll do another poll just to go with the game in general so that way I don't have to keep asking if y'all want face camp for No, I'm Not Human, and or the other games as well, except for the cozy games, because those I'm not playing on my PC unless it's Fields of Mystery, yeah, because that one I have on my PC and not on my Swatch. So yeah, hit the description of the video so you can join the Discord. Feel free to share the screen with someone who knows absolutely nothing about No, I'm Not Human. And also, on your way out, don't forget to leave your likes at the door. And I'm gonna see y'all on Saturday. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. EST. And I'm gonna get ready to go sleep because I still have work tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Okay? Thanks for coming.